From one of the most hated game studio that ever existed to one of the most liked in a matter of about 4 to 5 years, the arc redemption for these developers is literally just starting, and they're on their way to getting recognized as the most respected team out there in the gaming industry. Welcome to the new open earth action adventure survival game Light No Fire, being made by Hello Games, creators of No Man's Sky. Man, what a trip these developers have gone through over the past years. They went on from releasing a broken and unfinished No Man's Sky game to making it probably the best open universe game that ever existed. And after more than 6 years of developing it with the utmost respect and passion, they are ready to move on to their next really ambitious project. No, Light No Fire is not an open universe game where you can explore an infinite number of planets and have space battles and all kinds of things like it. Rather, Light No Fire is an open world action adventure game that is literally the size of planet Earth. As always, Sean Murray, the CEO of Hello Games, promised to not be overly ambitious and overpromise things like he did with No Man's Sky. But I think he totally deserved it now, and I guess he didn't hold back as well. I know it's not lying now, and he gave us the very first details for this extremely ambitious game that in a sense is said to be way more ambitious than No Man's Sky. In fact, it is said that the word ambitious doesn't cut it for this project. It's said to be much more than just ambitious, with mile-high mountains, continents made of the real size in real life, and oceans as deep as those of Earth. Light No Fire aims to craft a fantasy action world of proportions never before imagined. See, No Man's Sky had thousands of planets to explore, but a lot of them had kind of empty spaces and not much to do. But with Light No Fire, this Earth-sized open world will be filled with things to do. It is said that you can discover, that you can fight all in a single player environment or with friends and online players if you'd like, in a same shared world. If what we're seeing and hearing is 100% real, Light No Fire would be the very first game in history to provide us with a full feature-filled planet Earth to explore without any boundaries. It's quite a challenge to create something like this though, because they want almost everyone on the same server, so people will be living in different continents and with different resources, different locations. It's all gonna be a big world where everyone is in it. Without further ado, make sure you guys support the video and let's get into the exciting details. At its core, this game is fantasy based, so that means that you can ride different types of fantasy monsters like dragons and fight them as well. You will be able to find secrets and discover all kinds of things like artifacts that can change the world. You can find temples across the whole world to explore and find dangers, monuments, and much more. The ocean itself is said to be filled with all kinds of life, from small fishes that live their own life to big ones that try and eat the smaller ones. At its true core though, Light No Fire is a game about adventure, building, survival, and exploration together, or if you like, completely alone. Set on a fantasy planet the size of Earth, it brings the depth of a role-playing game to the freedom of a survival sandbox. You'll be able to carve a life together or alone in absolutely any place that you want. You can meet players from across the globe who live their own life in a different continent with completely different resources, secrets, and monsters. You can build a life, explore, and survive together if you wish, or stay alone in your own place and live there. You'll be able to construct persistent buildings and communities, or strike out alone to discover the world for others, but be careful as different climate offer different dangers but also opportunities. The game is said to be truly open world with no boundaries at a scale never attempted before. Again, it is said to be a massively varied and dense planet filled with immersive biomes, unique enemies, and valuable resources to discover. Light No Fire presents you with an ancient Earth to uncover, one where you're not the hero, just a normal adventurer that hasn't seen a single thing of this planet. Fake with lore, mystery, and a constant fight for survival, and it is inspired by the adventure, charm, and imagination that the developers love from classic fantasy. For more on this game, make sure you guys support the video now and subscribe to stay tuned.